The cool thing about productivity is that it helps us gain time, because when we work efficiently, it allows us to do more things that we love, create more, grow more, and just live more. For the first 3 months of 2021, I set a goal to read/listen to 1 audiobook per week. I would listen at double speed, and I'd listen whenever I was cleaning, grocery shopping, driving, or getting ready in the morning. If you know me, you know that all these books obviously had something to do with self-development in one way or another, about life, business, spirituality, and productivity. And some of the habits that I was introduced to, I applied, and it helped me become so much more productive. Little by little, the tasks that used to take me a full week to complete only took me a day. And so I thought that in today's video, I'll just bring you guys along with me as I go about my day and share a few of these productivity hacks with you that have been really just crazy beneficial for me in my life. If I were to tell you that I'm excited for what we're going to be chatting about today, it would be an understatement. This is how excited I am. I just wanted to show you. That was a lot. My hair is dirty. The water is cold. Because when we expose ourselves to temporary discomfort, for example, a cold shower, or through a challenging sprint that I just did, it increases our long-term comfort zone. And the bigger that our comfort zone is, the more comfortable we get in more situations. And I think that when we practice this, we'll just get more productive, and also we grow. And when we're growing, we become more happy. The book covers that are going to be popping up on the screen are going to be relevant to the specific topic that I'll be talking about in that moment, so that you can go check it out if it's something you're interested in. Something else that I've started doing in 2021 is something that I got from Steve Bartlett. The Diary of a CEO is his podcast. Highly recommend. It's incredible. Is to turn off all my notifications on my phone. So I've turned off Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, text messages. Obviously, I'll get to something if it's urgent, but I just think it's really important that when we have our priorities in check and we know what we need to get done for the day, that we don't get distracted all the time by notifications popping up on our phone. Most of the time, those little things that are popping up are not urgent, are things that absolutely can wait a few hours or till the end of a work day when we've done the things that are really important for us. Another thing that he mentioned in this podcast was to only follow accounts that bring you positivity and motivation and inspiration. So that's something I took really serious as well, to just follow accounts that help me stay more productive and help me believe in myself. And that is something I would highly recommend. If there's an account that brings you negativity or makes you feel a certain way that isn't necessarily positive, that you just unfollow it. If you've watched my videos before, you know that I meditate and journal every single morning. That's a habit I started in 2020, but I just wanted to mention it in this because it really has changed my life. Obviously, we all know that meditation is just incredible for managing stress and becoming more self-aware. It just has incredible benefits, and I just feel so much more peace of mind when I meditate. And then journaling, I do every morning as well, and that just helps me question everything. Question what I'm doing, my priorities, how I'm living life. For instance, yesterday while I was journaling, I was like thinking of, okay, if I want to grow my YouTube channel, which is like my biggest goal for 2022, how would I live my life if I right now had 1 million subscribers? And I just wrote out different things that I would be doing differently, which then led me to realize I need to delegate certain things. And my morning journaling session then led me to message a few people and do some things, which if I hadn't done that, I wouldn't have reached out to these people and I wouldn't have delegated these certain small tasks that now it's going to help me have more free time to do other things and create more or make better videos. So things like that, just becoming more aware of what is holding me back and how could I do the things differently. Journaling is just incredible for that. I have a journaling challenge, and also the journaling challenge is also going to be in my January Fitness Challenge, which you can check it out in the link in the description if you want to maybe join me. Another thing that I've been trying to continue practicing in 2021 is keeping those tiny little promises that I make to myself. For instance, I decided on my Ayurveda retreat that I wasn't going to drink more than 1 cup of coffee a day when I came home. So even though right now I feel like drinking a second cup of coffee, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna drink a cup of tea because I think it really helps us build that self-trust. And there's nothing better than the feeling of knowing that we can trust ourselves. It's the same, for example, when I'm sprinting in the morning, that I don't stop at 59 seconds. No, I stop when it hits 0 on the dot, if that's what I had promised myself. That also means that our productivity is gonna be better, because then if we say, I'm gonna sit down right now and do 3 hours of work, you know with yourself, you're gonna sit down right now and do 3 hours of work. So the little promises. Setting goals is something that obviously is crazy important for productivity and something that I've been doing for years, but I've continued doing it in 2021. But what I think is even more important that I believe I started doing in 2021 is to create an action plan, like actually get really clear on the steps it will take me to get to that goal. And that has been something I've been doing yearly, and then quarterly, and then monthly, and every week. Like, what are the most important tasks that I need to get done this week, this month, these next 3 months, in order for me to reach my goals? Which leads me to the next one. Have a daily planner. I write all the things that need to get done for the day, but I also write like the time limit and the time that I'm gonna be doing that in. And obviously it doesn't always like match. Sometimes things take longer, sometimes they take shorter, but at least I have like a somewhat estimate idea of how long it's gonna take. And sometimes I really underestimate how long something takes. But this has really been like a game changer for my productivity. The cool thing is that yes, I have my 3 main tasks of the day that typically I'll remember, but now what I had remembered and written down on my phone is that I need to get in contact with this accountant today, and that I need to email this client, and that I need to get back to my partners about something. And that's 3 things that so easily previously would just slip off my mind. But the fact that I have it here, I'm gonna check box everything once I'm done with it, which first of all makes me feel really good, but it also helps me get things done. I don't continuously day after day procrastinate things. I actually just get them done here now. Which leads me to my next point, which I think I want to get up and stand up for, because this is really important. When I get the urge to do something, you're shaking, aren't you? I get up and I do it right away, because the longer we wait to get something done, the less chance there is that we actually do it. So I think a massive thing with productivity is that if you get an idea, whether it being a creative idea or it be like you getting up right now and getting your laundry done, I think it's so important that you get it done right away. Just get up and do it. And that is gonna save you so much time and just mental stress. Wow, I cannot say that. I think that that by itself could be the thing that would make you 3, 4, or 5 times more productive in 2022. I'm actually gonna get some of these tasks done for the day, and then I'll meet you later at the gym. I completely just ruined that transition. I was supposed to be at the gym, but the thing is, I decided to go to this other gym that sometimes I walk to. It's the gym that I used to go to when I lived in North Hollywood, that I just signed up for a couple of weeks while I'm here. But the thing is, there's so many people in there, so you wouldn't be able to hear me if I was talking about this next productivity hack at the gym. I'd found the way that worked for me when it came to working out and eating and doing things. And so I stuck to that for a very long time. But I feel like in 2021, I started opening up my mind to other ways of working out, other ways of eating and doing things. And I think that there's a lot of power in sticking to a routine when you figure out what works for you for a certain amount of time. But then I think that when we open ourselves up to other ideas and other people's ways of doing things, we can actually become much more productive in the way that we're doing things. Someone behind me, so now I'm getting awkward. I'll see you later. What? You probably were. I was like, now someone's coming behind me. I'm getting awkward. I'm gonna stop now. And then I dropped my phone in my water. I dropped my phone in the water. I'm in North Hollywood. Like, this is the place where people who vlog and people who do like social media for a living live. And so the fact that I get awkward just because someone walks by, it's just silly. I think my phone is okay. But I lost my train of thought. But I also think I was about to go on a little bit of a ramble. On the days where I remember before going to the gym or doing anything really, like a meeting, a work task, or a dance class, I like to set an intention, because I work so much harder, more efficient, which in itself helps with productivity, but it also just gets me a lot better results. Today I did one of the workouts that'll be in the January Fitness Challenge, and I will put it right here on the screen if you want to try it out, and maybe if you like it, you want to join us for new fun workouts every single day in January. There'll be different variations of each exercise depending on if you're working out at home or at the gym, and whether you're a beginner or an advanced trainee. And now listen, this gym was real packed and I wasn't able to find a spot for my hip thrust, so instead I used this leg extension, which yes, you don't get the exact same range of motion, but it's really saved me a lot of times in a packed gym. And hey, I felt the burn. A successful workout. By the way, if you want to join the challenge, the link is going to be in the description here. I am about to go to a dance class. Kind of need a rush. And me going to dance class actually leads me to the next point that I want to talk about. Something that's really important for productivity, but also just like our mental state, feeling good with the choices that we make on a daily basis. Because for a long time when I was working on my app, my ebooks, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, brand sponsorships, and just like had so much going on, I had to prioritize those things because those things deep down were the things that I knew I would feel the absolute proudest and best about getting done. And so I had to become aware that I had to deprioritize dance for a while. But before I became aware of that, I felt a little bit bad for not dancing and like not being able to have time for it. But once I became aware and make the clear and the intentional decision that I wasn't gonna prioritize it during that moment of time, I just felt so much more at ease and so much more good about my day-to-day. If you're someone like me who wants to do 1,000 things at once, just really get your priorities straight. Figure out what are your main priorities right now, and then once you've made that decision, feel good about it. Help you feel good and satisfied and happy, and that is what you deserve. Also remember to drink enough water. That in itself will help you be more clear-minded and productive. Are you guys ready for a little transition? 1, 2, 3. I feel like I didn't end up in the right position, but I'm in a rush, so that'll do. Also, something I should have made clear the minute this video started is that I am absolutely very imperfect when it comes to these things, and I have to remind myself every single day. I just think that the more we practice, the easier it gets. I need to know. Alright, while I'm dancing here, why don't we talk about all the mistakes I've made this year? Because I've made a lot, but I think that what I've really learned is to just take ownership when I do make a mistake and speak with whoever was involved and apologize if there's something that needs to be apologized for, and really learn from those mistakes so that I don't make them again and so that I can be productive when it comes to my choices moving forward. What a good time. What a good time. Because I'm sitting in the car sweating, all the windows are like completely I don't know the name for it, but you can't see through them just because of my sweat. I've been a 4 a.m. kind of girl all year, which you know if you watch my channel. If you haven't, hello, my name is Pernilla. Thank you so much for being here and for watching this video. I naturally like to wake up early, and I think that because I've been waking up at 4 a.m., I've obviously gotten so much done every single day before the world has arisen from their beautiful beauty sleep. But since we were talking about priorities earlier, now that I'm dancing again, dance classes are often a little bit later in the day, and I really want to prioritize dancing now. So sometimes that means I'm gonna come home at like 11 p.m. and when I wake up at 4 a.m. it's like my body just wants to wake up. Like I am just an early bird kind of girl. So I want to practice sleeping till maybe like 5 or so that the days that I do come home late, I get a little bit extra sleep. But that's not the point of this. The point was that if you're the kind of person who's very productive in the morning and you haven't been getting up at the time that you actually would have liked to, it may be an idea to practice your body to get up a little bit earlier. And I think the best way to practice that is not necessarily setting the alarm like 2 hours earlier. It's more practicing going earlier to bed, maybe reading, so that your body just naturally like falls asleep without any screens or anything, and then little by little practicing getting up just a little bit earlier in the day. But I also know that some people are night owls, so some people definitely would not benefit from getting up at 4 a.m. So it's just about like, if that is something that serves you, then that is definitely a very good productivity hack. I'm going to my friend Effie's house because during COVID she learned to like bend the eyelashes and do something to your eyebrows, and I thought I would give it a shot. I've never ever gotten that done before. I love some palm trees. Never tried this before, but I think I want to try them. I don't have to kiss anybody. This one's a little silly, but I think it's important, and that is to always stay positive no matter what comes our way. Just seeing the positive, I think, just helps us be so much more productive and happy. Hi! Sorry, I'm putting a camera in your face. When I take this off of my eyebrows, I have blonde eyebrows. Did you know that?
You're blonde.
But soon, they're gonna be colored brown, right, Effie?
They'll be popping.
They will be popping.
They'll be popping.
What are those people who don't have eyebrows? That's what I look like.
Like albino?
Yes, that is me. I can't tell, but I think I look really good right now. While I'm laying here and looking real nice, let's talk about self-care, because that is so important when it comes to productivity, that we also relax. And yes, this has been a struggle for me this year, but last month I made a ton of reflections and made progress, and I will continue to do so in 2022. Oh my god, so long it looks like. What? I don't think I'm ever gonna wear makeup again. This is literally a game changer for me. I've had so much struggling with figuring out what the frick to do with my eyebrows, and I think this is it. Once we were able to like remove the last bits of coloring, I kind of like it. We haven't touched on the income part yet, but I think it just makes sense that when we become more productive, whether you're working for yourself or you're working for someone else, I think that first of all, if you're working for someone else, if you get more done in the day, the people you work for are gonna see that, which means that there's a bigger chance of you getting promoted or you getting an increase in your rate. And if you work for yourself and you become more productive and you delegate the right things and you just work in an efficient way, you're gonna get so much more done, which means you're gonna be able to give more value to your customers. That in itself will increase your income, which leads us to the next one, which is being consistent. And that's like such an obvious one, but I did my things, postings, and worked on my stuff for like 3 years. Basically for free, for the passion I had for it, and I had this vision in my head of what it one day could be. I never did it for the money. If you watch my videos, knowing that I slept on an air mattress for a year and I was broke for many years, and I just have always followed my passion rather than the money. And then I think that when we follow our passion and we focus on growing and we focus on that big vision that we have in store, regardless of the outcome, seeing the outcome like right away, I think that eventually the income will follow. Something that I've been doing for a long time, but that I realized is in Atomic Habits and in Mel Robbins' different books. She has so many, I've read probably like 5 of her books this year, is that when you want to create a new habit, you have to combine it with another habit. So like in the morning, I have to meditate before I can drink my coffee. And now that I'm sprinting again in the morning, then I have to do my morning sprint before I eat my breakfast. And that just makes me be more productive, get it done, because I know that it has like this reward following. I think education is a big thing. I've taken different courses this year. I became a life coach. I have taken different video courses to create better videos and stuff like that. So I think that the more we educate ourselves, the more productive we can be. Now, obviously, a workout routine is very important, because when we work out, we gain more energy, which leads to more productivity. Can you believe it? We are at the final point, which is reading books / listening to podcasts, listening to audiobooks, watching YouTube videos. I've said this so many times, but when we stay motivated, there's a bigger chance that we are more productive. You know with yourself, when you're motivated, you're more productive. You already know this. I started off talking about the fact that I'd read a lot of books, so I thought it would be a good point to end with. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it just a little bit, would you please give me a thumbs up? That helps this video reach more people, which helps them, and it also helps me grow my channel, which I kind of talked about in this video is my biggest goal for 2022. So I'd so appreciate it. And if you want to stick around, you maybe want to hit that subscribe button as well. Maybe you're already incorporating all of these things into your life, but maybe you found 1 or 2 new things. And my recommendation is, if you want to start a new habit, you want to start incorporating something into your life, just do it one thing at a time. And once that becomes a habit, then you can add on the next and the next and the next, and that's how we continue to grow, and that is what we want. Right? That was a little too much. I'm sorry. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!